It's time for the Rogue Trooper review for the PlayStation 2! Okay, for the uninitiated, the game is based on a comic series that runs in the British comic known as 2080. Personally, I never read 2080, so I really can't say much about Rogue Trooper or any of the other comics in there, so let's get on with the review. The story of Rogue Trooper takes place around this black hole-ish thing on a planet called New Earth, where two factions called the Southers and Norths are at war with each other. New Earth used to be a nice place, but due to the war going on for 20 years, the place is now in an uninhabitable wasteland, much like Utah. So now everyone wears incredibly uncomfortable outfits so that they don't die from the horrible oxygen. You play as Rogue, one of the many soldiers created from the Genetic Infantry Project. The Genetic Infantrymen were created to help the Southers defeat the Norths, not to mention that they're stronger, can survive the horrible air, and for some reason look like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. You know what we need to improve our boys' morale, officers? A blue shirtless man with a mohawk. No, not that. You're stupid. Rogue and his team go down to the court zone, but every GI except him get killed, and I suppose I shouldn't really mention this, but why does the Wii port give the subtitle, Court Zone Massacre? It's like giving the Xbox 360 port of Shadow the Hedgehog the subtitle, where Shadow's dad is voiced by Goku from Dragon Ball Z. It just gives away part of the story. So anyway, Rogue survives and decides to track down the Traitor General who gave away information to the Norths. The gameplay of Rogue Trooper is basically Gears of War before it came out, so it's a third-person cover shooter. Yay. The X button allows you to use emplaced weapons, kill people, destroy enemy emplacements, and collect salvage. The square button can have you throw grenades and will let you gauge the distance if you hold a button. The circle button drops micro mines that can be detonated by holding it. Sorry. And triangle activates a menu in which you can choose to leave your gun on the ground as a sentry turret, put a silencer on your gun for stealth missions, attract enemies while whistling, and project a hologram of yourself to divert attention. The L1 button allows you to roll forward, climb up edges, or vault over cover, which you can take cover by pressing L2. The R1 button fires, of course, while R2 is a secondary fire, but I haven't used that, so I don't know what it's like. Pressing up or down on the D-pad will allow you to change gun from rifle to motor to pistol to rocket launcher to shotgun to condoms. No, not really. Right on the D-pad can change your grenades, and left will give you a med pack to regain health. Now remember the salvage I mentioned earlier? When you collect enough corpses or defunct machinery, you can go to the select menu to create your own ammo and even upgrade your equipment. Now before people run off to become GI in the hopes that they'll get awesome equipment, I should mention that Rogue is so lucky because his equipment has biochips which contain the living essence of his dead comrades, who operate different parts of his equipment. Helm gets the helmet, Gunner gets the gun, and Backpack Man gets, well, the backpack. Oddly enough, there wasn't that much about this game that I thought was genuinely bad, but I suppose there's some small things. First, how come when you're in cover, you can't throw your grenade at a distance? And the same goes with blind fire. You can't choose where you fire, you just randomly shoot at one direction, and you barely hit anything, so there's no point to it. Not to mention that when you switch weapons or grenades, you have to confirm the option instead of being able to use it immediately, which is a pain when you are about to die. Other than those, there's not that much wrong with the game, except something just feels missing, but I honestly don't know what. Now, one thing I wish to be in Gears of War 3 now is the upgrade system from this game, which is quite innovative and works really well. Although to be fair, it could make the game a bit easy for some. To be honest, I thought the game was easy enough that it wasn't too easy to turn off people like me, but not too difficult that it wouldn't annoy the shite out of me. And also, invading an enemy base is really satisfying as the gunplay is great and for some reason reminds me of Aeon Flux. I don't know why, but I thought of Aeon Flux while playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well, so I guess it's just been on the mind lately. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The developer also got the stealth mode to work by not making you very weak when you get spotted, and the kill moves are actually pretty good. So overall, Rogue Trooper's a fun game. The graphics are very detailed considering how few people develop it. The gunplay is satisfying, the upgrade system is awesome, and a fair difficulty which makes this game good for cover shooter newcomers. Although, to be fair, the questionable cover mechanics will annoy some, and again, something just feels missing. In the end, I give Rogue Trooper a Saints Row, meaning very enjoyable, but something bad is holding it back. So, see you for my next review. Bye!